Let me take you all to a journey with me. The year was 1998 and the city was Chicago. It was my first MDRT annual meeting. I still remember when I got to the registration counter, I gave in my name. They gave me a placard just like this. On it, it said MDRT member. But the next one was the thing that changed my life. It said first time orientation. At that given point of time, it meant nothing to me. But as the days went by, I realized what it was. Every time I met a TOT member or just a member, they would all say, "Congratulations, well done." People would open doors for me, "Congratulations, well done." And I'm thinking to myself, what's going on? I went for the first time orientation, and the same way, the treatment was unbelievable. They made me feel as the most important person ever. This is the magic of MDRT that I was going to learn in the coming years. For those of you who have qualified for MDRT and haven't attended, let me explain to you what happened in my life. The memories came trickling down. Everyone wanted to talk to me. Everybody wanted to help me. Everybody wanted to lift me. And I'm thinking to myself, what have I done? All I knew is that these are people from the family of MDRT. They wanted to take me to the next level. I asked myself, why haven't I been here before, having qualified 4 years earlier? I still remember Steve Kerr, who spoke to us about his going from failure to failure before succeeding to become the NBA all-time star. As you can see, I'm a big Superman fan. The emotions come back to me when I remember Christopher Reeve coming on the stage on a wheelchair. This was a man I've seen on television being a Superman. This was a man who was now on a wheelchair, struggling to even speak. I cried like a baby. He inspired me. Sorry. He inspired me. He made me realize how grateful we are for what we have. This is the man who fought against all adversity. This was the man who, despite being told he will never walk again, will never move again, came there and to inspire us. One of the people who were there on that day, the first time orientation, is now my TOT colleague. He taught me a few things which I'm going to share with you today that took me to the next level. And as we heard this morning from everybody kept saying, meet people, meet people, meet people. That was the magic that I heard from everybody. Because I wanted to move to the next level, I heard them out and I followed their step. All you MDRT aspirants, I have one clear message to you. Nothing works if you don't. Just remember, this is a business of numbers. All we need to do is get up in the morning and go and see people. I'm going to share with you some secrets today that I learned from MDRT. And I want you to make sure that you take some notes. I'm going to talk to you about a whole person concept that we learned from MDRT. You go to work in the morning not because you have to, because you want to. Fall in love with what you're doing. I can assure you one thing. I struggled the first couple of years because I was ashamed of what I was doing. Being a life insurance was something I didn't like. Being a life insurance was something people looked down to. Until I paid my first check, I realized what I had done. What I had done is I'd given dignity to a family who otherwise would have struggled to make their life move on. Even Superman needs help. Second is family. And I'm going to elaborate more on it. Spend time with the people you love. This business gives you enough opportunity to work, spend time with the family. This is part of my family. This is the family that changed me. This is the family that lifted me. This is the family that wanted me to go back every year to MDRT and get inspired. This is the family that looked after me. I was looking forward every year to go back to the annual meeting. Someone earlier mentioned that you insure your car, you insure your house, you insure your thing. What about the billion-dollar body? How do you look after it? How do you look after the body that produces the energy, the results for you? Look at the fun we have. Earlier someone said, we don't work. I remember when I first started dating my wife, I got home one afternoon, called up the office, and I said, I'm going to sleep, don't call me. And she goes, you called the office to say you're going to sleep, don't disturb me? Do you actually work? She thought I was just having fun. She still thinks I'm having fun, which I am. For those of you who want to qualify for MDRT and go to the next level, remember, enjoy what you're doing. Love what you're doing. That's the only way it's going to happen. This is a business that helps other people. We give dignity to families. We look after their kids. We look after them when they're sick. I'm about to pay a $1.5 million check. I can't wait to get back and do that. We cannot control someone's death. But I tell you one thing, we can control to be there to pay out. Imagine 100 people turn up for the funeral. 99 of them will just hug the widow. I'll be hugging and then removing a check from my pocket and making sure that there's food on the table, making sure children go to the university, making sure she does not have to leave the house to go out and work because of me and you. I personally believe this is the best industry ever. We had dinner last night and I asked somebody, if you got a job tomorrow for $1 million a year, $2 million a year, $3 million a year, would you take it? And everyone on the table said no. And I asked the question, why? Can anybody answer that why? Because my freedom is not for sale. I wake up when I want to wake up. I work how many hours I want to work. But I know one thing, that for me to be able to be top of the table year in, year out, I need to be disciplined. Discipline is the key. Don't be motivated. Be driven. Motivation wears off. But if you're driven, you will move further.